Hello, 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 my darlings. Hello, and welcome to this evening's live stream. That is a little different than usual. Actually, feel kind of weird. Feel very weird. Because usually I would say, let's get some work done. And I'm like, we're actually not going to be working. Like, that feels odd. Do I live stream and not work? That is very odd. Anyways, this is gonna be a chatty live stream. We will chat. You will be free to ask me any question and I will do my best to answer. Or just overall chatty. We can just do that as well. But I will be answering any questions you might shoot at me. Hey, Morningstar. Hey, Heather. Hello, my darlings. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you. Hey, Ria. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Lovely to see you guys. So yeah, I feel so off. Since I usually never stream on Saturdays except during Nano or Camp Nano. So this is kind of weird. This is very weird. Hey, Shay. Beautiful, beautiful Shay. Hello, darling. Hope you're doing good. Hey, Esther. Hello, lovely. So nice to see you guys. Oh, hey, Melissa. Hey, Honeyman. So fun to see so many beautiful faces. Makes me very happy. Yeah, but I still feel off. Maybe because I don't have my timer below, ready to go, like usual. And it's not Nano or not Camp. And I'm streaming on Saturday. At 6 at 6 at that. Very early for me, work-wise. Let me see. I'm doing what I say. The light icon. I was like, yes, I'm awake. Lovely. Yeah, I was like, it took me a moment. I almost forgot I was having this live stream at 6. I was like, no, I never stream until 9 on my time. No, I'm supposed to be streaming at 6. Better get myself ready. Yes, so we've been a little bit occupied here over in Iceland since we have a yellow weather warning and it's very windy outside. And it's very snowy. For anyone that ordered that snow, take it back. We don't want it. It's just off. It's just crazy. A lot of snow here in Reykjavik, Iceland. Very much fun. Anyways, for anyone that was streaming with me yesterday, if you remember, I was having trouble finding how to make coil planners yesterday. And I found the solution. I was on the wrong place on Lulu to make planners. So I found the solution for that this morning. And I was like, oh, it could have been more obvious. Anyways, let me see. It's been cold front here in Oklahoma. It snowed Tuesday a bit. It didn't stick. Yeah, you can have my snow. Chad, you can have my freaking snow. We have too much of it. I've had to park next to my school, the school that I live next to, because all the parking spots are filled with snow. So you can have mine. Mystery. For some reason, we have two very popular authors here in Iceland that are called Arnaldur and Yrsa that write mysteries. And I've always wanted to try it, but I haven't. But I'm hoping someday in the future I will have the opportunity or the inspiration to do so. That's a lovely question. There was I, the word to snow. You should never be free. Oh, Nina, you bastard. I shall seek my revenge on the weather beasts. I'll just seek my revenge. I don't like snow. Of course, you and Shay are the same state. I love it. If there was one show, movie you could rewrite for, what would it be and why? And why? I'm not sure if I have any that I would rewrite. If I could write for some show, actually they're not showing anymore. Supernatural. If I had the opportunity to write for Supernatural, the old series, or if there's a new series, I would definitely want to have the opportunity to do that because I've loved the series. I love the actors. There's the whole process, the whole thing, just to be a part of it and take maybe one of the older legends and pull that in because they tackle a lot of legends and histories and comments from that is actually in mythology and folklore. So definitely for them and just to get more stuff in. Yeah, I love mysteries, but I haven't tried my hands on any. So I'm very curious to see if I have it in me someday. But for now, we're middle grade and middle young adults. So, ooh. Let me see. Yeah, I love freaking Supernatural. Let me see. What was the first book ever written? When did you start writing books? Actually, the history about me writing. I never used to have much faith in my writing ability, but I did love stories. So I made up a lot of stories when I was younger, but in my teen years for my little sisters. I had two younger sisters, and I used to create these magical worlds for them and tell them from they were just from where we were small. So I never wrote any down. I wish I had, but in my dyslexic brain and how I was taught that I couldn't write because I was dyslexic. That is what I thought. So I always just had it in my head. I never wrote them, but one of the first stories I wrote was about a bunny, and it was about a bunny that would take kids to a magical world where they were safe and could explore and have fun. That was a long time. I think it was about 10. And I used to dream about the world at least couple of times a year and go explore even more and write some more. It was like a constant episode. It was very fun. And when you start writing books, I actually started writing books. When did I start? I started writing when I was 14. And then I decided that I had the much right as anyone to write a book. But it was more just for me. I never planned to publish anything until I was dead. That was my logic for 14-year-old. I love that series. I will consciously watch my favorite episode here and there. H.K., what kind of self-care do you engage in to keep going with writing? I paint. I draw. I like meditation. I love meditation. I freaking love meditation. But meditation and drawing is usually my self-care. When I'm stressed out, I paint. I just paint. Paint or meditate. That seems to be my golden key for everything. Because if I paint, it kind of unlocks a creative part of me there. And so that sometimes lead to a story. At least for me. So yeah, that's actually a cool question. Let me see. I did undergrad there almost a decade ago. Started a grade program and I moved here for a few years ago, but I'm taking time off while the pandemic is still going. I'm bad at online classes. Understandably, online classes aren't as easy as one would think. It don't suit everyone. So yeah. Exactly. Everybody has the right to write. Doesn't matter. That's why we have editors. Doesn't matter if your grammar sucks or there's always someone there you can get to help you make a masterpiece complete. And just everybody has the right to tell a story. That is my complete belief. has being a part of the community help you grow as a writer? Help actually, it has built up a lot of confidence in me as a writer. I struggled for a long time with like just having the right, as I said earlier, and being part of the community, knowing there are so many people out there having the same issues mentally as I am and the same doubts, has showed me that we can do this. And actually, I get my motivation and my eagerness to keep on going and hopefully inspire you guys from you guys. I find it kind of mind blowing how inspiring the writing community is, especially when we stop to help each other and motivate each other. That is actually what is helping me as a writer. I've found that I made more progress in my writing and been more productive in my writing since I started authorTube. I used to write a couple of times a year. I would write here and here and again. I wouldn't get a lot of progress, but I will get progress. But since authorTube, I have written more over since starting authorTube than I have had in 20 years. And that's a lot. That's a lot. So yeah, authorTube, writing community, just connecting with your fellow writers, I think has been the most breakthrough for me. And just meeting many beautiful souls. I love it. Let me see. Oh yeah, I draw on stress too. Or as a break. Exactly. It is recharge. You don't even have to be that good at it. You just have to draw. If it suits. I feel like online classes are so much. Yeah, I agree. I like having privacy and all that stuff and to do things my own, but online classes, I don't know how people do those. I don't know how people do those. No problem, honey bun. Yeah, just online classes are the worst. Let me see, Nina. Actually, fantasy. I read a lot of fantasy. I watch a lot of fantasy. I'm obsessed with magic and inspiration, sci-fi, what direction science can take you, magic, all the things. If it's fantasy or sci-fi, that is up my alley. I'm obsessed with it.
It's a bit big.
Oh, it's cute. My sister is going to abolish your
I
show.
can put them on without using the zipper. Then no, it's too big.
They can hear you.
I know.
Anyway, so yeah, the magic, sci-fi, that is usually my jam. And I just, like for sci-fi, if you've followed sci-fi books, comic books, TV shows, movies, and if you know that and read a lot about sci-fi and stuff like that, and then you go over the advance of technology over decades, sci-fi had it first, then comes science. So yeah, sci-fi magic. That's the thing. It's kind of like that I like to read that I don't. I tend to like reading historical related books, but I would never write in them. I have a very kind of broad, usually kind of books that I like, but historical books and both based on real scenarios and just inspired by historical sections. Love those. Would not write in them. I love details, but I'm not sure we could pull them off. But yeah. What a fiction book you think is great novel? I'm not sure. The only book that always comes up in my mind is Save the Cat. I think that everybody's go-to book, Save the Cat. just this first book I'm kind of feel that I need to recommend. I haven't read it through completely, but I glimpsed into it. But much as I can see, most people find that very helpful. But yeah, I haven't read a lot of craft books. Amazingly but true, I haven't read a lot of craft books. I should. I really should, but I haven't. I'm always too busy getting all the older stuff. But I should definitely. Exactly. Maybe the online classes are more expensive. Yeah, I find it weird that online classes are more expensive than going to school. Not going to classes in person, because you would think they would be more affordable, especially in this darn time in life where everything's the way it is. I find it mind-boggling. I don't know, people. The system. Yeah, that is my 2 cents. Really? I understand. Yeah, less money with all classes. Interesting. Artistical fiction. Exactly. That's the beauty about writers and the many genres we have. There's someone suited for each one, and there's somebody that is actually better placed or better skilled to write it. I just love it. I love it. I was the first thing that came to my head was a craft writing book. So yeah, I just love reading different. Like, I will try to read outside my favorite genres just to try to learn more from. And I'm also I'm easily pleased. People, it doesn't have to be the best written book in the world. Because of my reading disability, or not disability, whatever you want to choose to call it, I've been blessed, or I think so, blessed that I can enjoy a book that some might think is terrible or badly written. As long as the story's there, I can enjoy a book and pick something up that I hadn't known before, or that I like, or a tip that I learned from. I can learn from. So, but also the fact that I'm very bad at names. I'm so freaking bad with names. Not just human names of books and movies and actors, and just name. It's a name of something. Me remember? No, it's very doubtful that I remember it. It is. I'm just terrible. I'm terrible. But I read. I know, like, lengthwise, do not be as Tolkien. As much as I love his books, don't be as like long books. Try to keep, if you're a storyteller that tends to drag it on, then try to not drag on too long, like Tolkien, or take your time and just have more faith in yourself. Like that I got for oh, I'm so bad with names. I'm so bad with names. So yeah. That's easy. Dragon. Preferably 2 on either side. I think it would be very, if I actually had a mascot or avatar. Could you imagine we actually had like avatars or spirit animals that would actually be visible to others? Like walking cool and nonchalant, and have 2 big dragons floating above you, like, spirit animal. But yeah, dragons. I'm a hoarder, but I'm not trying to be a hoarder. I love shiny things. I have a temper, but tend to talk like I am 100 years older. So dragon. I think they're the perfect spirit animal. Let me see. Exactly. Exactly. Let me see. I love that, Nina. I freaking love that. No, but the thing is, then you would have to be a dude lion, because no, actually, the girls are. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Lions are cool. They're cool. Lazing around in the sun, and when it's kind of colder, they'll stand and be like, there's an antelope. Girls, let's go hunting. I love those. Let me see. Your Brandon Sancho's a way of the king. They have spirits that show their emotions. I love it. Oh, that sounds so cool. Okay, I need to write that down. I'm actually just going to be sneaky. Ooh, what's that? Oh, sorry. I took my phone and saw this message. I'm going to take a photo of this so I can look up the book, because that sounds way too cool not to write, or not write, to read. See, this is how I remember what you guys are saying. I take my phone, I aim it at the chat, and I take a picture of it, because I will not remember it otherwise. There's no way. The things that my brain decides to remember is very random. Random things that stick in my brain, random things. To be fair, I'm teaching a German university where you only pay some minor fees for university education, but still crazy. It's not as if all kids are less work. Exactly, there's still work. But yeah, it is crazy. Oh, I love that. That'd be a cat dragon. I actually saw a very adorable artwork of a cat dragon. Or she had the wing, she had a very long kitty tail that was kind of a dragon tail. She had the spikes and she had the horns. And she was like gray and white. And freaking adorable. I can so see it. But on your shoulder, like, I'm hungry. I want snacks. Let's go get snacks. Give me snacks. Eat snacks. Let me see. Do you have a writing ritual when drawing? Like, do you always need to have coffee or snacks? The only thing I usually have around me when I'm working is usually energy drink and water. I always have water and caffeine, always. I need those two. Actually, missing my water. It's in the kitchen, but always. And doesn't matter if I always have my phone with me. I love just setting the timer and just going to see how things work, or how for the flow of things. But yeah, and music. I love music when I'm drawing or writing. If I'm not streaming, I'm usually listening to something. It's usually not any words or singing. It's usually just soundtracks, movie soundtracks, inspirational, like emotional soundtracks that go kind of with emotions that I'm writing. I'm trying to save those actually when I find them on YouTube, and save them on my playlist here below, or on my channel, so you guys can actually find them with the ones I'm listening to. But yeah, I love music and just energy drinks. I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, exactly. I love those. Love that little kitty. I want to be a sloth. I mean, why aren't they extinct? Yeah, that is actually a good question. Maybe because people and others take pity on them and try to save them. I don't know. They are mind-boggling. At the moment, I have 2 drafts that I just need to finish editing. I have it's not that either final stage that need edited. My second book that is I'm doing my 3rd rewrites of. I have 3 first drafts, and I have a half outline for a 10-book series. And then I have like random things. I had my 10-book series. I had the first book almost done. Then my computer crashed a few years ago and I lost that book. A whole book. So yeah, I had more, but my computer crashed and I lost a lot of stuff, writing stuff. But I've been making most of it up just by memory. So, but yeah, I have it's mainly the book series for Grammatic series that is mostly either on the halfway point or close to being ready for an editor that I have right now. Everything else is kind of either in an outlined stage or a rough draft stage. I have a few outlines ready to go. I just have to give myself time to write it. I actually do have 2 picture books almost ready, but I haven't gone to the stage of working on the illustration. The text is ready for 2 picture books, but I haven't drawn them. I haven't drawn the artwork. I've done little stick figures through the book to just know what's happening, but I haven't illustrated it. But yeah, so a few works, just have to finish them. Do you make or use your own notebooks for plotting online? If it's mine or others, if they're pretty, I buy them. Simple as that. I actually haven't bought the notebooks I made so far since October, mainly because it's very expensive to ship them to Iceland. I had a book that I was selling for $6.99 and it cost me $36 to ship it here to Iceland. So yeah. But I'm using up the notebooks I have. I'm trying not to hoard notebooks and never use them. So I'm trying to use up the notebooks I have. As soon as the shipping is going down, I will be ordering a bunch of books because I'm going to have a wall behind me in the future with all my books. So when I'm streaming, you guys can see all my books and I'm going to use them because I love them. I love having a story connected to a notebook. Just knowing that this notebook and everything that has this cover is this kind of story. But yeah, pretty notebooks, mine or somebody else's, just pretty notebooks. A notebook that I can look at and it inspires me to write a certain story. I love those kind of notebooks. Just love it. Just freaking love it. How many books have you pulled from being sold? I have pulled 2 poetry books. I pulled my first release on my first book of Grammatic. I released that in 2011 here in Iceland, and I pulled it from sales 2, 3, 4 years ago. 4 years ago. So in total, 3 books in total, books, and 1 or 2 coloring books. Because I could do better, and I was going to do better. And are you still selling postcards? Actually, I am. Less now since Christmas, but I sell postcards here and there from my art channel or art website. And mainly my art website. My art website usually sells some postcards, and I also have them in Rubbable and Sassel. So they go here and there, slow and steadily. If I got a new kitten right now, what would you name it? That is actually awesome question. I haven't had a kitten in this house in 18 years. All the cats I usually have are somehow rescues. I have one that I got when he was a kitten, and he was on his way to be euthanized. And the daughter's owner brought him to work with his brother, and he told us he's been euthanized in an hour. Can somebody take him? And me and another work colleague, we took the brothers, and he's the only kitten I've had since then. All the other kitties I've gotten just different stages of their life. The youngest after him was my my yellow ones, and she was 1 year old when I got her. The other 2 were 9? Yeah, both 9. So yeah. But I don't know, maybe Luna. I think Luna is a very cool name. Or I don't know. Note. No, note usually just means note, a night in Icelandic. Yeah, basically. But I usually do tend to take cats that people are getting rid of, usually. So I think I'll probably continue doing that in the future. So that is usually, and I usually keep the names. I usually keep the names of the cats that I take because I think it's, if I'm fostering a cat and he knows his name, then I'm going to be probably taking him with me, taking the same name. Like my youngest, my oldest, the 19-year-old that I got when I was a kitten, he's the only cat of my cats that I actually gave a name. So yeah, that is kind of. But if I would have it, would be probably be Luna or something. But knowing my life, my little sister would probably demand something super cute.
Áttu belti?
Kíktu í skápinn minn. Það hængur svona dót inn í skápnum fyrir belti og svoleiðis.
Það er líka pinna, það er alltaf mikið gróft út um allt.
Oh, so yeah. Let me see. Lord, you need to have a conference when we're bringing your notebooks. When COVID is over and I can start traveling, you never know. I actually thought about when the COVID was over, I could actually, I said the bad word, and I could just start traveling. I would probably buy a lot of ship at home or something. Find another way to do it. Yeah, I'm a sucker for those. I have a hard time saying no. I do have said no. If I hadn't said no, I'd probably have about 15, 20 cats by now. But because people usually, because they know how I am, that you will usually bring me cats and say, can you take them? But at the moment, 5 cats are kind of my max. So yes, I have 5 cats at the moment. My little sister has 1 and I have 4. And they are, the oldest 2 are 2 boys that are 19, they're 19, and 2 girls that are 11 turning 12. So yeah, I have nothing but old fur babies right now. How do you select the name of your characters? I actually will go the classic author way. Just do the birth chart for kids, name books for kids, and I will go through there. Or I will take 2 words and mix them together. But I will continue rotating through names until I find something that suits my character. Like for my baby dragons in the book series I'm working on, I changed their name probably about 15 times until I was finally happy with the names. Because I was trying, all the baby names of my baby dragons are very short for kids, especially because I was aiming it would be easy to remember for kids worldwide. Ben, you look very sweet.
Boobs.
Yes.
Help.
Það appelsingul kassi, saumakassi inn í klósetherbergi.
Ég vil ekki flassa allan heiminn.
Hvað meinar þú? Algjör höstler?
En hvernig virkt þetta? Ég lét beltóti aftan á.
Já, það er svolítið.
Og hvernig virkt þetta? Virkt það sinnsyn mitt er svolega
Já,
mikið?
þú voða hot og delicious. Oh, she's gonna show you.
It's not.
Yeah, only thing I can see is boobies. It's a Q&A live stream, Ben.
Allt í lagi.
Oh, and she understands you. Anyways, but yeah, I'll go through names, through everything, and I also collect unique names. If I find a name that I like, I will collect it and save it in a specific folder. Oh já, þú lítur mjög vel út belti, segir Nína.
Ég fyrir hann ekki þetta svæði.
Þú ert mjög sæt og þetta ekki með ábrendi.
Það er skýta það í dvaldi.
I'm sorry, I'm busy. Yeah, I'm a sucker for little fur babies in problem. Yeah. Oh, that is so too funny. Are the things you always struggle with while writing, no matter what the story genre? So if the usual problem with me is that I want to edit everything as I go, but I'm better at like fast drafting, but I want to edit. But that doesn't help me because if I allow myself to edit the first draft, I will be working on it for years. So that is my constant struggle, that I need to fix everything and make everything perfect. But I can't get everything perfect because of how my brain works, or into that situation, that is. So needing to edit, but I can't edit, but I need to edit thing. That is my main struggle in just all writing matters. Ideas, brainstorming, not an issue. The need for edit and being slow as writer, that is my problem. I do the most things with for the fur babies. She will feed them when I'm working because they want to eat at a certain time. So they always want to eat at a certain time. So I will feed them. No, she will feed them for me, but I do most other things. She will actually brush them because of my allergies. But yeah, I do them because they listen to me, and it happens when she's trying to do something. They'll just look at her like, "You're not mom," and then walk away. It is actually hilarious. It's hilarious. Hard question. When do you plan on releasing your first book? I was hoping this year. I was doing it last year. The thing that is stopping me is, even though I'm very confident about my story and I have I've lived, given into the fact that doesn't matter how much you work on your book will never be perfect. And I've come to terms with that. But there's still the fact of letting that book go that I'm struggling with right now. The only thing I have left for book one is to contact that editor and get that editor to edit my book and help me get to the finish line. That's the only thing that is left, for besides illustrations and cover. But that's the only writing work that I need done on book one. So hopefully I can get my brain to stop giving excuses and just send the email, find the right editor, and just get that over with. If I can do that, hopefully this year. The aim was before the end of this year. I wanted to have book two ready to go to an editor before I sent out book one, so I would have a longer time to work on book 3, 4, and 5. But that was my excuse. But I really do need to get it over with, hopefully before the end of the year. And only Nina understands. Yeah, exactly. And I automatically said it in Icelandic too. In English, I mean. Yeah, basically just commenting on her dress. She's going to a party, yearly celebration at her school, and she's fussing over it because it's showing too much booby. Nope, not going. I'm gonna be a lazy person and I'm gonna work on the notebooks, moving the old notebooks over to my other pen name, so I can have it organized. It is very pretty. It's very pretty. I like it. I want to steal it. Yeah, it is kind of cool. It's kind of different. So yeah. Whew. Sorry about that. I have a cold, so I keep stop breathing to talk. For some reason, I don't like when I do that. So yeah. I was going to say something very entertaining, but can I remember? No, of course I can't. Forgetful as hell. Mm-hmm. But yeah, about the book, like I said, the first book is ready for an editor. I just have to send an email and talk to an editor. That's the only thing left. The second book, I've done 2 drafts of book 2, the Icelandic one, and the second draft was English. And now I'm doing the third draft to polish it. I'm trying to polish it in a way that I'm rewriting and I'm editing as I go, even though I'm not supposed to do that, but I have to do it now. Not supposed to in my brain, that is. Not everybody else's, but my weird brain. So I'm trying to do that. Seeing if rewriting it and editing as I go helps me finish the second and the third draft. So it's easier to edit, I think. Easier to edit. I have always been determined to self-publish in Iceland and not in the US market. Actually, when I finished my first book here in Iceland, I did send it to one publisher here in Iceland, one. But as soon as I sent the book to the publisher, I changed my mind. I kind of just realized that how much control I'm losing by going to a publisher, and I'm a control freak. I'm a major control freak, so I decided that when I got we are fully booked right now, but please send it back next year. I decided, yes, I actually did get that answer. I decided that I wanted to do it myself because I like the fact of having control, and I kind of didn't want to lose that. So yeah, but I'm self-publishing for the simple reason I want to have control of everything, and I much rather have to work 24/7 for a few weeks or months than not need to do anything and have no control because I'm weird. So yeah. I usually start writing in Icelandic because it's just easier. So I outline in Icelandic. I sometimes do this first draft in Icelandic, and then we'll write it in English. But I didn't start writing in English until maybe a year or 2 years ago. I've been experimenting with it because I wasn't sure if I was good enough on writing in English. But I'm working on it. So that is the kind of thing I'm working on right now. And the other reason I'm being hesitant about editors is because I have to find an editor that can tackle the fact that I am a non-native English speaker writing in English. And even though I have taken my book through like Grammarly and Providing Aid and Hemingway and all the things, there's still things that I need to keep in mind to make sure the book doesn't sound like, oh yeah, that's a foreigner writing that book. I don't want the book to be screaming, yes, that's the non-native English speaker. Because I actually do want the book to sound very good. But yeah, I'm trying to get myself to write more in English, even though I want to publish some of my books in Icelandic as well, just for my relatives and family and friends to have it there. But yeah. What are the policy if you self-publish? In what sense? And will you get US copyright? I think so. I think so. I think I'll get US copyright, just a security measure, I think. I'm still looking into all the things. I want things to do things right. This time I want to do it right. Have it like ironclad, black and white, see it here, write it down. This is how things are. This is what I have to make sure I'm making sure everything's okay. So I'm still just writing it down and just studying it to make sure that I have everything ironclad when the book comes out, and kind of seek guidance from people in the same situation or pros to see what I need to have written down behind my ear when I start. But I'm still kind of working through it because I'm forgetful as hell, so I need to have everything written down. But I'm still looking into it, so I don't have an answer. Is there a difference when you write in English versus Icelandic? Like your voice or difficulty? Actually, the weird thing is, I found it easier to express myself in English for the simple reason that you guys have more words. That's the main reason. I have a lot of fun writing in English for that reason, but there are still words, things in Icelandic that I really enjoy. The problem is, actually, a funny problem is, I think, my vocabulary in English is much more youthful than the one in Icelandic. I've naturally older vocabulary in English and Icelandic, to the point where some teens will ask me, "What do you mean? What does that mean?" So, all the reason why English may be better because of that. My voice doesn't change that much when I speak English or English or Icelandic. Eins og núna, þegar ég tala íslensku. Like now when I was speaking Icelandic, saying exactly the exact English, Icelandic. It is pretty much the same, except when I'm working. It's like very like salesperson like when I'm working. So I try that. I have kind of that kind of voice. I can either get it very expressive or very neutral. I try to speak neutral. Could you have us as beta reader? Of course I could. Because if I'm gonna trust anybody for my books, it'd probably be my golden stars that show up to almost every stream I have. But I actually am going soon as the editor process is done. I will most likely ask some of you to beta read for me. That is actually on the table soon, or at least offer the most people that I've been writing with the most. I'm also gonna, as soon as the book is ready, I'm gonna offer or send out a notification that I'm seeking beta readers or alpha readers. No, beta readers. I think it's beta. Well, at least final readers. And I will definitely advertise that here on the streams when that starts, when I'm finally ready to let go. Because that's the problem, letting go. Yeah, exactly. Akkurat. Yeah, he agrees. Letting go is a big thing. So just keep your eyes pierced. As soon as that is done, I will let you guys know. Because if anybody's gonna read my book first, it's gonna be the people that have been writing with me all this time. No problem. No worries, guys. You will be the first to be notified to get sneak peeks of the book. Trust me on that. I'm from Iceland. Born and raised. Born and raised. Hello from India. Hello, darling. And welcome. Let me see. Aw, thanks, honey bun. Let me see. I'm going to try to do it in English so you guys can see it now. Good morning. How can I help you, please? How can I help you? Is there anything special I can assist you with today? This is the sales voice I will use in Icelandic. I'm, of course, much smoother in Icelandic because I do it every day. But I will talk a very bright and cheerful way because you don't get sour grouches when you talk with a soft voice. People are less mean to you if you have a very bright and cheerful voice. The more cheerful your voice is, the more friendly people are. Fact. So, speaking in a nice way, make sure people are much more nicer. So yeah, just imagine if we talked like this every day. Nobody would dare be mean. My work colleagues find it very, very entertaining. Hear my voice change so much. Yeah, it's a little too easy. Oh, that's just... Oh. Yeah, it is kind of entertaining. My voice comes... It's just a fact. The smoother and brighter your voice is in retail, the less likely people are to be mean to you. Also, if you agree with them, and you're like, yes, exactly, you have the right to your opinion. That should not be tolerated. Yes, I understand you're very mad. I'm mad for you. And then you're like, yes, maybe I shouldn't be this mean. I'm gonna back off. Okay, cool. Thank you. And then you go away. My magic tip. My magic tip. It works every time. It's actually amazing how much change your voice works. Actually, a place I want to visit, I have never been on a vacation to relax. I've been abroad a few times, but I've never been somewhere just to relax and enjoy myself. And there's one place I actually want to go, and I want to visit Bora Bora just to relax. Maybe have a notebook, one of my notebooks, write down ideas, and just relax. So I want to visit Bora Bora. That is probably the place I want to visit most at the moment, or just in general. And just try the thing that people say it's very healthy and cool, and relax. And just scuba dive and snorkel and walk around, enjoy nature, and just bathe in the sun, eat good food, drink good food, wine, and just have fun. So one of these years, I am so definitely going to do that. Just try it. See if I can handle it for more than 5 minutes. My writing goal for the end of this year is to have both book 1 and 2 edited, and have a rough outline of my big 10 book series, of all 10 books. Have a rough outline, which means it doesn't have to be more than 1 page of outline for each and every book. If I can do that, I'll be very happy. Since I only need an editor for book 1, and just then work through with the editor, and then finish editing book 2, since I'm almost done. Yeah, it shouldn't be as much work as it sounds. Since I already started the outline on the series, and I just need a rough. The other goals for my year are probably to get the notebooks, all my notebooks, and notebooks and planners that I'm planning on making this year, and I have made, to get them to sell enough to either be half of my salary that I'm getting now, or at least be enough for me to start financing like editing and illustrations and stuff like that. If I can get my notebooks to sell enough to finance all that stuff, I'll be very happy. Very happy. Yeah, Bora Bora. Have you seen the pictures? Google Bora Bora, guys. Google Bora Bora. It is mind-boggling. It is a dream come freaking true. It is just, I don't know. I know Mr. Kate, a YouTuber. They went to Bora Bora on a vacation and recorded a vlog, and it was like, I was so freaking jealous. Oh, it is freaking a dream come true. Aria, where did you learn English, and do you run into any struggles as a bilingual? I really don't know where else to word it. That's okay, honeyman. So here's the thing with Icelanders. We are very much so. We, of course, speak Icelandic, and this is our main language. But a lot of our content is in English. I'm also a person that is brought up in a household where the family's in movies and movie manufacturing and all that stuff, selling like distributing movie content here in Iceland. So I've always been a very surrounded by English. So yeah, I picked most, like most Icelanders, I picked most of this up from watching TV. And yeah, watching TV mainly. And then we started learning English in school. America, United States and Britain is a big influence here. Like we had the American Army on our stripped near our airport here in Iceland for many years. So we're very influenced by the United States and Britain. So yeah, it's very common for Icelandic kids to speak good English. It's very common, even from kids my age, people my age in their 40s. It is just a very common thing because everything's in English here. And most people pick it up pretty quickly. And the struggles, it's mainly when I'm very tired, and there will come a time where my brain is just, it can't function. Either I am speaking Icelandic or I'm speaking English. I can't do both. But yeah, as a bilingual, I have to make sure that grammar is my main issue, because the grammar in English and grammar in English and Icelandic is very different. How we move the words, he, she, all the things. So the grammar's been a little bit of an issue for me, but mixing them up. But the more I write, the better it gets. I think that's the thing. If you are bilingual and you're writing in multiple languages, the more you do of both, the easier it gets. But you have to do a lot of it. It gets easier. It gets easier. Slow and steady. Where do you find the most inspiration, and are the things you can turn to when you're stuck in your writing? So, like earlier, so when inspirations, Google Icelandic nature. Icelandic nature is probably my biggest inspiration, mainly for the reason that I'm brought up with a lot of folklore and stories from Icelandic nature. So I'm very inspired by the magic that is in our folklore and stories, old stories. I seek a lot of inspiration and just that triggers my imaginations from just old stories. Like the book series I'm working on now, it started as inspiration from just our Icelandic folklore. And when I'm stuck, if I'm stuck, I will either go for a long walk, drive out to the countryside, or I will just paint. Paint is always my biggest inspiration. It's always my biggest solution to everything. If I am stuck, I just paint. I don't plan, I just start and see what comes of it. It kind of relaxes me, recharges me, and kind of takes care of me mentally when I do that. That kind of fixes everything. We have to bring food. What's your favorite meal and dessert? Cheesecake. Food. I'm always ready to taste anything, but I like chicken and cheesecake. We love cheesecake. Mm-hmm. We love cheesecake, especially strawberry or lemon. Cheesecake. What are some dreams you have regarding your books? Where would you like to take them in the world? Would you like them to take you? If I could make writing a full-time thing, that would be my dream. If it could take it further than that, awesome. Like, of course, like many others, if let's say a movie company decided to make a series around my books, awesome. I think series would be much more fun than a book and a movie. But if a series would want to make whatnot, if somebody manufactures video or film series around my books, awesome. But the main thing for me is if I can touch somebody, a young or a kid's imagination, if I can help someone that is mentally or physically or just struggling with their feelings and just allow them to disappear into my book series. If my book series can bring a little light to somebody's life, that will actually be an awesome feeling for me, because that is what I did when I was younger, and I was using audiobooks because I couldn't read very well. And when I was feeling bad at school or miserable, I would disappear into a story. And if I can have that same effect to somebody if I could have the same effect to someone, that they could use my book as a coping mechanism to feel better, to disappear in dreams, that would be so worth it. That would be my biggest dream in life. But if I can make writing or manufacturing books or making books a main full-time thing and live a decent life with that, I would be so happy. But yeah, that would be the dream. If just everything else is a bonus. My dreams are actually maybe not that big. It just, if I can make a living out of it and help somebody, surely by them reading it. That's the only thing I want. That's the only thing I need, guys. I don't need much. I don't need much. Exactly. If you drive around Iceland, especially in the nature in summer, you will understand what we mean. You will see trolls and elves everywhere. If you read our history, our stories, you will understand. It's awesome. Cheesecake is amazing. I love cheesecake. Yeah, I think series or movies, like TV series, is the best action for books, because then they can dive better into the world and all the information in the world. They can explore so many things within the book series, mine and others. It is just the difference between a movie and a series is huge. It's huge. Because you have so much more details in the series than you have in the books. They have to sacrifice so much in the movies just to fit everything in. But in the series, I think that would be definitely a win for me. If it happened, we'd say we remember when. Exactly. Yeah, it is just. You have to have your eyes peeked open, because we believe that every big stone and the mountains are full of elf homes. Nope, don't have any boyfriend, haven't had any time. I've been told you need to socialize, and the perfect person you date has to get quality time with you. So there's not a lot of that here. I think I work too much, and I don't socialize a lot because I'm always working. So no, haven't had time. Yeah, I'm not sure when, but I wanted to end up me having audiobook of my books. I would love having an audiobook of my books. I just haven't mind boggled everything around it, even though I know plenty of people that have and can tell me how I should do it, but that it is in the books. Maybe not right away, but it will happen. Definitely. Hey, Jocelyn. Hello, darling. Hello. Are you a pantser or a plotter, or in between? I am a plotter, but I still, even though I like everything outlined and perfect, I still like giving myself a little bit of a room to pants a little bit. So, but I am a plotter, but just pantsing a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. I like having the option. So I like having the option. Socialize. Exactly. I know you guys would understand. I'm always thinking, I should socialize more. I should go out and I should meet people, meet friends. Thank goodness I have friends that are understanding me completely, and they're like, it's okay, we'll be here. Just no worries, that I've known since I was 14. Some even since I was 6 years old. And they've just lived with the fact that this is how I am. I'm a workaholic, and when I am able to breathe and have to give myself time, I will usually meet them. But socializing with other sex, that just isn't happening. Even though I'm getting nagged from work for not socializing. Welcome, my dear. Welcome. Exactly. You are my online friends. My favorite friends. And I socialize with you probably more than I socialize with the rest of people I know in Iceland. Just remember that, guys. You get more attention than everybody else I know. Ben, þeim finnst þú vera mjög sæt.
Mér samt út af þessu út af það eru ekstra stóra axlir.
Nei. Þú ert með rosalega krúttilega vöxt núna. Þú ert með rosa krúttilega
Mamma
vöxt.
stakk bara stíðum bara að binda þetta aftan frá.
Já.
Þannig að það verði ekki styrkja og stöfan að geta
Já.
stæma.
Þú ert mjög sæt. Það finnst kjóllinn og flottur. So yeah, she was asking about the dress. If you had a book, would you go and live in which? So, my 10-book series, if I could jump into that world, I would live there. Actually, my mind has been in that book world since I was 14. That is my haven, that is my peace, that is my happy place, that book world. And hopefully, I always dream about that book world, even though you guys don't know a lot about it because I haven't talked about it. But it has dragons in it. And it is just, one day I'm hoping that I can show you guys in pictures and all the things, how beautiful it is. But yeah, that would be the world I would live in. My book world of Bright Vale. So yeah. Hey, Survivor. Aw, thanks, Honeyban. Thank you. So yeah. Which reminds me, I may need to visit that world tonight and work on some outlining. Just for the heck of it. I freaking love that world. Just hit me up on Molemenning and I look at notebooks. I call it a month of socialization. Yeah, that's the thing. Nina lives in Iceland. Nina's an Icelander like me. So at least I know I have one online friend here that I can actually go and meet when I decide to socialize. Like, hey, Nina, anyone that doesn't need attention, but is cute. Oh.
Ég lakka ekki til að lappa í þessum skóm í snjónum.
Farðu varlega.
Það var TikTokið. I love you.
Oh, Lord. Let me see. Hey, Dark, hope you're all well. When do you know that story you're writing should be stopped or not working on anymore? Usually, I'll just feel the completion of that story, that is. There's no... So, as an artist, since I do look at myself foremost as an artist, in words or in book form. Bye-bye.
Oh dear.
A work of an artist is never done. The piece is never complete. You should simply choose to stop. And I have the same issues with when I'm painting. I can keep on going painting something for hours, for days, for years, but I have to choose to stop. So your book is never done. You can always add to it. You just have to choose your ending. Choose where to stop. So yeah, if that works. Yeah, that's the glory and the issue with writing and painting and just creative outlets. You are never done. You just have to choose when to stop adding to your story. Like both series that I'm working on, there are series I could keep adding to for the next years. And I know I probably will, because there's always something new to tell. But that is what I love about writing and creating. Let me see. Yes, sister getting excited. Yes, she is. She just left the door, as you guys heard. Oh, yeah, she was complaining about she was wearing heels. Of course, Nina understand. And Nina, of course, like, yes, she'll just have to drink enough. Then walking in snow is a breeze. She's walking in heels and it's snowy as hell. Like crazy snowy. Does the light dark solar affect your writing? Have you seen the signs? Yeah, I see it for a few hours at this time of year. It starts getting brighter actually the start of the new year. I had about 6 hours of sun today, just outside, but it doesn't affect me that much. I'm a night owl at heart. It's more that light has started to affect me because I'm so antisocial. But it makes me work longer hours. The brighter it is outside, the more I want to work or write. But yeah, it's mainly that because of how our cycle is here in Iceland, I'm not the only one awake at odd hours in summer. That's the main reason. It's quieter in winter at 3 in the morning than it is at summertime, 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning here in Iceland, a lot of people are still awake and doing stuff. But in the winter, you get a little more peace and quiet. That's the main thing. I like peace and quiet when I'm working. It's the other reason why I write at night and not in day, because it's too noisy at day. And you're welcome. You're welcome. Exactly. I think art for me is writing and painting, and actually anything, any form that is creating something is art. So you are an artist, no matter if you're a painter or writer, you are an artist because you are creating something, and that is beautiful. Yeah, at high summer, we see sun all 24 hours. You'll get not a glimpse of night in the summertime. It's bright all year and all throughout the whole cycle of the summer. So oh, that's so true, so true. We have stores that are open 24/7. It doesn't used to be that way, but because of tourists, it has been increasing. So yeah, and we have a few stores that are open 24/7 because of obviously tourists, and we are becoming much more of a night creatures, socializing odd ends of the hour. So yeah, we have a few big ones here, or at least in the capital. It never used to be like that, like I said earlier. I do not as much anymore as I did, but I do. I like brainstorming them and just seeing where to go. I should do more of it though. I need to improve my craft a little more. I haven't been as active painting and drawing over the last 12 months as I should. I should be drawing much more, but I'm definitely not drawing as much as I should. And I can just feel it. I was painting yesterday, and it was just testing out trying to paint a horse and a dog. It was the only thing I was trying. I was trying to finish an old artwork, and I can fit. It's like when you're out of shape. It's very annoying, but yeah, I need to practice more. Only have one more question. I have a major problem keeping my story in one tense. I like writing third person past tense, but I catch myself going to where I'm a character with strict discipline. I do it too. I do it actually too. And then I have to fix it when I edit. When you know, tell me, because I'm struggling with that too. I'm jumping all over the place. Like editing book 1 was excuse the language, bitch. It was a chore because I kept jumping around and I needed to fix something. It took me extra 2 weeks, I think, or longer fixing my issue. It is just, honey, it's a common problem. I don't know how many streams or videos I have watched where the author is or writer is complaining about exactly that, Survivor. it is such a common problem. It is just being mindful of the issue you're having and just keep on fixing it. It is so funny how common this problem is. No, you're not. You're so far from being the only one. It's a very common issue. But the more you can master, the less of a headache your editing gets. But if you find there's a magic solution to stick to it, please share with the class because we're a lot of us struggling here. I'm trying not to do it. I'm trying to keep my friend Tammy in the back of my brain reminding me, just stick to one tense. I'm like, so yeah. Food delivery is here. Be right back. Ooh, food. Which reminds me, I have to think about dinner. I would be doing this for an hour. Damn, I can talk a lot. I sure can talk a lot. Exactly, Nina. That is what editing is for. It is so freaking hard indeed. It is a pain. It is just. Whew. See? Heather has our backs. Thanks, Heather. That's awesome advice. Hey, Melissa. Hey, darling. Let me see. Exactly. Finding the right flow. I was driving and plan to listen while driving, but my phone couldn't cooperate. Aw, sorry. Yeah, editing. Yeah, we're still chit-chatting about kind of everything. We're all over the globe. We're all over the freaking globe. Poopsie, you come and say hi? And that meow, my people, was he complaining about he was hungry. Night, what be guys? He wants dinner. Let me see. It's a lesson I learned in a book I'm writing now. Yeah, I catch myself writing by the feeling that is right at the moment. So I try not to, I should think more about it when I'm writing or drafting. When I'm drafting, I just try to get the story out the way it's how it sounds right when I'm saying it. So, and then when I'm editing, I'm trying to fix it even further. And then when I reach the point where I can't hear what is wrong, I get a second opinion. And then I'm like, okay, somebody native, that's good. This sounds good too, but please just fix. I will even use Word or Google Docs to read the story out for me to see if I can hear the issue. Very often I can hear the issue if I listen to it read out loud, especially with the software in Word. If it starts sounding very bad, the flow is off. For me, it's all about the flow. If a story flows, it's good. It's on the right path. If it's hectic, then I need to fix something. Nej! After små. Nej, små. Yes, I do talk to my fur babies. Someone who's learning another language me and getting fluent. Right. Practice. Right. So I've been practicing writing in English for 5 or 10 years. And if you would read something I wrote 10 years ago, it is completely different from when I was writing how I'm writing right now. I would practice with dictation if you can. Dictation helped me a lot, especially as a dyslexic person. I connect sound with images. And that is how I learn. So by me dictating and watching my words appear in front of me usually helps me learn how to write the words better. Just practice, endless practice, just constantly trying to write better. I have it's not like grammar, spelling corrections on my computer, on my phone, constantly reminding me, no, that is not right. You need to fix that. So I have reminders everywhere. When I write something wrong or do something wrong, they let me know that I wrote it wrong. But just constantly trying to constantly writing and getting it double checked by software. That was weird. Anyways, just tedious work. Right now, I'm learning it in the horror story I'm writing, and oh man, is it tough just trying to have fun with it, and not getting too overly depressed, going back and forth. Just get the draft done. It's very hard to shut up that editor in your head and just get the story out there. But the sooner you can master the fact of just getting the story out and editing it later, the easier it will be. It's a pain in the ass to edit it, but still, it helps you learn. I learned a lot by doing it this way. And maybe sometime in the near future, I'll have mastered it enough to cut my editing time in half. But we need to do whatever works to help us improve our grammar and spelling and how we write. But to get better, we need to do. It's not as, it takes time. And that's okay. That's okay. We make mistakes, and that is how we learn. Okay, what have you been discussing? I'll ask the question I had. And if you have other answers, where is it? That's okay, man. Try it. It helped me. It's been helping so much, because when I have scenes that I maybe didn't write as well, and just to hear if it sounds smooth, you get what I mean right away. When you have a part in your book that is smooth, you will connect it like this, like right away. You will know what I mean. But if it's very like, because of course the AI can't show feelings. When I read my story, I will put a feeling into what I'm writing or reading, but the AI will just read it like it says. So if you can get the AI to have a smooth reading, then you know you're doing good. Or at least that is my 2 cents. Let me see. What personal challenge, mental, physical, do you regularly overcome to write every day? Exhaustion. Writing, I think the hardest part for me is just choosing to write every day. That my dream is important enough to sit down every evening, bring my caffeine, even though I just want to go to sleep, just writing. I'm been very tired over the last year and a half, but I've been happier. I'm exhausted, guys. I am so freaking exhausted after the last 13, 14 months, but I'm happier because I know I'm coming closer to achieving my goals or beginning of my goals. Deciding if I want to reach my goals, I have to sacrifice. And rest is a sacrifice I have to do. Just if you want some, like I have a regular job, like most of you guys have. I have a regular job. I work 8 to 10 or 11 hours. Then I stream here for 3 hours. And it doesn't leave a lot of time to rest. Ja, hoe vaak maakt het is mouw? He's so annoyed at me right now. But if I want my dreams to come true, if I want to hopefully make this a full-time thing, I need to sacrifice. And that is rest and time off and socializing with friends and family. But if I want it bad enough, I will sacrifice to put in the work. But yeah, just tired. Very tired. I drink a lot of caffeine. drink a lot of water. I'm trying to take all my vitamins and medicine to make sure I have the energy to soldier on. I sleep when I have a day off from everything. I just sleep. Just sleep. On Saturdays, if I'm not cleaning, I sleep. Weekends, I sleep. I sleep a lot when I'm not working because I will only get maybe 4 or 5 or 6 hours sleep every day, except for Saturdays. Then I can sleep. He likes arguing. He answers. That's the thing. Exactly. The English I learned by watching TV alone. No joke. Ask any Icelander. We learn a lot of English just watching TV. That is how actually I'm trying to learn German right now. Using Duolingo and rewatching a series I used to watch as a kid in German. So yeah. Maybe that's why I understand inkling. Like inklings. Ah, thanks, honey bun. Thanks, yeah, honey bun. I've only written 1 or 2 little things in my target. Just keep at it. The more you consume the media, the more you practice, the better you become. Everything's get better with time and practice. I promise you. Ah, thank you, honey bun. Thank you. We're arguing like, I want food now. It's about probably the time I start ending the stream because the fur baby's like, hurry! Hi, Kizzy. The final part of smell. Yeah, and like I said, as a dyslexic person, it works. Give yourself time, give yourself breaks, forgive yourself for your errors or slow pace if you have any. Just work on it, push on it. You can become better. You just have to give yourself a break and keep on working on it. Things come with time. You're welcome, honey bun. You're welcome. If I can help, that's the main thing. Exactly. You're tired, you're exhausted, your energy is depleting, but you want this so bad. And if it makes you happy, you'll do it. If this is your baby, if writing is your creative outlet, is your baby, your sanity, I know that if I stop writing, if I start painting, why do I breathe? Because this makes me happy. Nothing else makes me as happy as creating something. And that's why I push so hard. It doesn't matter how many times I fall down or how many times I fail. This makes me happy. So I keep pushing on. And that's the thing. If you really want this, you'll push and do better and get better because you're not going to give up on your joy. But yeah, definitely. Aw, thanks, anyone. That's because I have awesome company. It never hurts to have awesome company. Doesn't matter how much you fail, if you have awesome support, like you guys. That's why these communities are so important. Let's say you're not getting your support from your friends or your family. Find friends, virtual families that you can get the support from. Just not everybody will understand you. Nobody understands you. Find someone that will understand you. That is you guys. I freaking love you guys. You are freaking just love you guys. Aw, thanks, anyone. Same to you. See, when writing, how do you like room around you? Do you like it bright or dark? Because I'm getting a little sensitive to bright white light, it's usually dark around me. It's kind of ambiance, like creamy colors, like similar like it is right now. I like candles, aromatherapy, like soft lavender smells, incense, just very dark and like romantic, gloomy, but not overly noisy. Yeah, he's complaining, and now he's lying down, grumpy that I'm not feeding him right now. But he has candy. He has kitty candy that's specially for him. and his medical condition. So he can't complain too much. He just spoiled. Yeah, exactly. Just consume the language or content from the language you're trying to learn. Like me with those German episodes. Even though I'm still going to allow myself to have text or, yeah. I find it much easier to read it that way or learn it that way. I write because I am. Exactly. Write because that is who you are. Exactly. I'm always meeting new wonderful people and having people that know what you mean and what that the things that others find you weird or find weird, they find normal, and you're like, oh, kindred spirits. Yes. It's just, I love the writing community. It's just awesome. Aw, thanks, Ivan. I'm so glad I can help. Exactly. Like, I'm really hoping I want to master languages. One language at a time. Getting a little better, a little more fluent, slow and steadily. Anyways, let me see. We have been at this for 1.5 hours so far. I think that is a decent time. A lot of questions. I didn't expect you guys to have so many questions. I just did not expect that. So thank you for that. At least now, if anybody asks me, you should not random information about myself, and not watch my Q&A. There's a lot of questions in there. And I think I actually managed to answer everything except most of the questions. Let me see. So goal date for leaving your current job to write a full-time. If I could start working on this full-time, of course, the sooner the better. I would love to have a kind of possible date before the end of the year. But I'm trying to be cautious with promising myself at the same time. If I could do this full-time, like notebook, with the helps of notebooks and stuff like that, before the end of the year or maybe next year, I would be very happy indeed. So that's the goal. The sooner I can make it a full-time thing, the better. But yeah, like how things are rolling, maybe next year. I'm gonna try for next year. I was gonna try this year, but I'm gonna be cautious. I'm gonna be very cautious on not jumping into anything without having a little bit of safety net. But if I can do this before next year, I'll be very happy indeed. But you never know. Oh, let me see. Oh, thanks, guy. That's okay, honey bun. You're welcome. If there are any more questions, please feel free to ask them before we call it quits for the night. Let me see. Oh, thank you so much. This has been very fun. This has been very fun indeed. So glad you guys decided to join me. Just awesome. Getting to know each other more. I love it. Oh, thanks, honey. First time, I think, in a long time, I actually believe it true. When you say something and you kind of believe it, but now I've started to believe it, like really believe it. So that's thanks to you guys. You guys are helping me realize that it is not, my goals are not something that will happen after I'm dead, but actually in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you so much. It's fun because of you guys. So I'm going to go feed the fur babies. They are very annoyed at me right now. Of 5 cats, 4 of them are staring at me like, at least 3. One is sulking behind the computer, and the other 3 are like, we're hungry. now. Oh, thanks, honey. So yeah, we're gonna call it quits for this live stream. Thank you so much for joining me. You are freaking amazing human beings. Remember, guys, you can do anything you set your mind to. If you want something bad enough, you will go after it. And you have my support. I believe in you as you guys believe in me. Thank you so much for being awesome. See you guys on Monday on Twitch. Have a wonderful weekend. Love you guys a bunch.